In 1099, after years of brutal campaigning, the warriors of the First Crusade captured Jerusalem. The Holy City became the spiritual heart of Christendom, but the roads leading to it remained perilous. Pilgrims flocked from across Europe to pray at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Yet many were ambushed by bandits or killed by Saracen raiders along the desolate roads. Amid this danger, a French knight named Hugues de Payan conceived a brotherhood. With 8 companions, he pledged his life to the defense of helpless travelers. In 1119, they took vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. Though living like monks, they bore swords to protect pilgrims in the name of God. King Baldwin II of Jerusalem saw the value of these warrior monks. He gave them quarters within the sacred Temple of Solomon on the Temple Mount. From this base, they became known as the poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon. Soon the world would call them the Knights Templar. At first their numbers were small, their armor plain, their resources meager. Yet stories spread of knights in white robes who escorted pilgrims across dangerous roads. In 1129, the Council of Troy gave the Templars official recognition. Saint Bernard of Clairvaux praised them as new Knights of God, both monks and warriors. Their white mantles soon bore a crimson cross. It became the mark of purity, sacrifice, and blood shed for the faith. With papal blessing, donations of land and wealth flowed in from across Europe. Castles and commanderies were built from Portugal to Palestine. The Templars fought in the front lines of Crusader armies. Retreat was forbidden unless outnumbered 3-1 and only by order. Their courage made them legends. To their enemies, they were terrifying. To fellow Crusaders, they were an unbreakable shield. Templars distinguished themselves at key battles defending Jerusalem and fortresses across Syria and Anatolia. Their reputation as holy protectors grew with each crusade. They were not only warriors, but also pioneers of finance. Pilgrims could deposit money in Europe and withdraw it in the Holy Land. Kings entrusted them with treasuries and even borrowed money from them. The Red Cross flew over castles from England to Palestine. Their independence made them answerable only to the Pope. This gave them immense freedom, but also bred suspicion and envy. Whispers spread of secret rituals and hidden knowledge. Their secrecy fueled both respect and fear. Still, they remained the backbone of the Crusader states. Their castles like Safed, Tortosa, and Acre stood as symbols of defiance. The rise of leaders like Saladin challenged them. The Great Battle at Hattin in 1187 saw many Templars die rather than surrender. The fall of Jerusalem in 1187 was a devastating blow. Yet the Templars continued to fight in Syria and on the coast. They rebuilt and endured after every loss. Their legend grew even in defeat. By the late 13th century, the Templars had become more than an order. They were a symbol. To some, they were holy warriors. To others, dangerous masters of wealth. Their castles dotted the landscape of Europe and the Levant. Their influence touched every kingdom. Nobles dreamed of joining their ranks. Common men saw them as heroes chosen by God. Their story was one of faith and blood. They lived by the sword and by the cross. But with great power came envy. Their independence from kings sowed seeds of suspicion. Their secrecy became the fuel of myth. Some believed they guarded relics of Christ himself. Despite suspicion, they remained loyal to their vows. Faith and duty defined their lives. From 9 poor knights, they rose to command armies and reshape Europe. Their saga became one of history's greatest legends. And so began the rise of the Knights Templar, a story of faith, courage, and destiny. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more history videos.